Welcome, beautiful Paris Saint-Germain family. It's your boy PS Gent from Paris. So later today, guys, I'm gonna spoil the surprise, but you're gonna have, you know, the first vlog since I think 3 years ago, the last time I was in Paris. Obviously, I will go to the game, Paris Saint-Germain versus Lyon. But let's talk a little bit about the game. Obviously, I didn't record, the usual pre-match podcast, preview, all of that. I'm just busy having fun with my friends. But yeah, the game will be very enjoyable. I will see two of the best players in the world in Osman Dembele and Ryan Cherki. Football quality wise, just doesn't get better than that. And hopefully Dembele is back into the starting lineup. I don't think I think the last four games he hasn't started, so he has to start today. But yeah, going into the game, Leon obviously for me, they probably, if you strictly look at talent, I think they're the second most talented team in Ligue 1. I know that Monaco are a better team. I know that. I mean, Marseille are just up in the table because they don't have any European competition. Marseille are ass. But I've always rated Lyon. And they were never scared of Paris Saint-Germain, especially when they come to the Parc. Lyon are never scared. And that's usually why we score like 3+ goals against them because they're open against it, because they want to play their game against us. And that's what I'm expecting in this game. We obviously, the last game we had was the Coupe de France final. Obviously, Dembele dropped a masterclass in that game. We beat them very comfortably, even though Mbappe had a generational stinker in his last Paris Saint-Germain game. But I love that, obviously. Fuck Mbappe. But yeah, going into this game, I've seen the reports, Kolo Muani, not even in the squad. So he went from starting 11 to bench to now not in the squad. Then Milan Skriniar are not in the squad as well. So we obviously know what's going to happen this January transfer window when he goes to them. But I guess the predicted lineup, I haven't seen the predicted lineup, but I think it will be, just the same thing as we know, the best starting 11. I think the only question mark is in the midfield. So obviously you played Donnarumma in goal. You played the Hakimi Nuno defense with Marquinhos Pacho. Lucas Hernandez is back, but I wouldn't start him in a game like this, especially because how long he was out and it was his third ACL. So I'm gonna keep it calm with Lucas. Then looking at the midfield, Neves, Vitinha, I've always said those are my two starting midfielders. And then that third spot could be Fabian Ruiz, could be Warren Zaire-Emery, could be Kangin because obviously in attack, I'm predicting Barcola, Gonçalo, Dembele. Our front three, if we're not going to sign anyone in January, that's going to be our front three for the rest of the season now that Gonçalo is back. And obviously, I want to see that tried out. We obviously haven't seen them from the start. Against Bayern, obviously, Dembele got the red card, so we never got to see Dembele, Gonçalo, and Barcola. Barcola also went off in that game. And then in the recent games, Dembele obviously has not started. Come off the bench, yeah, but it doesn't matter. And I think Leon is a good test to see how good this trident is and how compatible they are with each other. And we have to think about it. Like Gonçalo Ramos, I would say that most of the stuff he's done is obviously playmaking, the assist he's gotten and so on. Obviously, he got a goal versus Salzburg, but I'm seeing a lot of playmaking. But one thing that's missing is our best playmaker in the team in Osman Dembele. Gonçalo hasn't played with him this season so far, even in the first game of the season against Le Havre. It was Kangin as winger in that game. So I really want to see what Dembele and Gonçalo can do because we know about Osman Dembele relationship with number nines. Last season, we didn't play with a nine. Maybe Kolo Muani in the beginning of the season. But obviously, with Mbappe being there, he's not really a number nine. But Dembele, he always shines the most when he has a number nine. It was Aubameyang in Borussia Dortmund. It was Robert Lewandowski with FC Barcelona, and I would guess also Olivier Giroud with the French national team. So that's something, I'm a bit. Let's see how that cooks. Let's see how that duo can cook together. But apart from that, I think that's the lineup. Nothing simple. I said the third midfielder spot on the right side. That's going to be the tricky player. I'll play Kangin Lee. I think you can have a Kangin Lee, Vitinha, Neves midfield. Vitinha Neves is more as a double pivot, while Kangin Lee being the more offensive one. And in my opinion, the best game I've seen of Kangin Lee this season, or just in general at PSG, was that right-sided central midfielder because of the relationship he has with Osman Dembele and Ashraf Hakimi. So I would immediately go for that, for Kangin Lee in the midfield. Let's see what Luis Enrique does. We obviously know how he feels about Fabian Ruiz, and we know, Warren Zaire-Emery, guaranteed starter and all of this. But I was really happy he didn't start against Salzburg because I think, especially at a big club like Paris Saint-Germain, you need to deserve to start. And when you give a player a lot of starting minutes when he doesn't deserve, the image that puts out to, the other players, the fans, the other teams, everyone, It's a very bad picture. So we can't have that, going on and so on. But yeah, I hope it will be a great game. Paris Saint-Germain will obviously win the game. I will go for. It depends on really how good we are. But as I've said, I feel Paris Saint-Germain are back. I feel there is a fire in the locker room once again. I think the players want to fight for Lucho. I think Lucho wants to fight for the players. The atmosphere looks much better than it used to be. So let's just, keep on going with that. And I'm predicting, you know what? I'm going for 4-2. I think we've had that result versus Lyon before. So I'm going to go with a 4-2 victory. Gonçalo brace. Yeah, Gonçalo brace. And Barcola. Hopefully Barcola scores. He hasn't scored since the Angers game. And I really want him to be the Ligue 1 top scorer over that bum Jonathan David and that rapist Mason Greenwood. And lastly but not least, you know what? Give me a cheeky Vitinha penalty. I know one of the Lyon defenders will, give us a penalty or something. But yeah, that's been it for Paris Saint-Germain versus Lyon preview / just some small talking points. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And as I said, stay tuned. As soon as the game finishes, I'm going to obviously be doing some cheeky interviews. But as I said, most of this will be left as a surprise. And I will upload it as soon as possible. But yeah, that's been it from boy PS Gent. And as usual, allez, Paris.